everybody, it's Tiffany from Coulter's Workshop, and today I'm going to be doing a video tutorial, so a full-length tutorial on how to make a small-sized microwave bowl cozy. So the reason I'm doing this is because I have two different sizes that I sell. So I normally sell these at my craft shows. I have the original size that I started doing was the larger size, and that holds, I mostly use it for like when I make like a nacho dip or like any sort of oversized plate, like a casserole dish kind of thing. And what they are, if you don't know, is the batting on the inside is safe to be used in the microwave. So you can put your dish inside this little fabric bowl. I'm not done this one right here, but I'll just show you. So this is the little one. This is the one we're going to be making in today's video. So you set your dish in this little bowl and you put it right in the microwave, and then when you're done you can pick it up by the corners and then set it right on your table, and then it acts like a trivet. So I initially made the large size and I posted a video about that 5 years ago. Crazy to think like that. So 5 years ago I posted that tutorial, and that video is one of my most popular videos, which is shocking to me. It has like 170,000 views. So I thought that I would share how to make the smaller size because it's been 5 years and I never posted those instructions. So that's what we're going to be making today. I'm making a bunch right now for an order. So just before I start working with the last set of pieces on my table over there, I just thought that I would film it for you. So if you haven't watched the other video, I'll link it in the description box down below to make the larger size, because I think this would be a nice little Christmas gift or like a hostess gift. You could even, if you're bringing a dish to somebody's house, you could even bring it in the cozy and then let them keep it after. You could make a little set for somebody, and it would be quick enough that even though it's pretty close to Christmas right now, you can get it done in time. So let's get started with the tutorial. Okay, so forgive me, it's a little dark because it's nighttime right now. So I started a little bit before I realized that I need to be filming this. So that's why it's a little bit started, but we'll catch you up here. So you're going to cut 2 pieces of cotton. It has to be 100% cotton fabric. You're going to cut them 10 inches square. And you need 1 piece of 100% microwave safe batting. So the one that I'm using is from the Warm and Natural brand. They have a batting that is advertised that it's able to be used in these products. So any type of batting that can be used in like potato bags is also suitable for this project. So please, please, please just make sure that everything that you're using, your fabric, your batting, your thread, is all 100% cotton so that it doesn't catch fire in your microwave. So you're going to cut 2 pieces. It can be the same fabric or they can be different. So at the moment I have 2 different fabrics, but they can be the same if you want. So one of the pieces of fabric, you're going to stack the batting on the bottom, just 1 layer, and then the nice side of your fabric facing up, and you're going to quilt it somehow. Typically for craft shows, because of speed, I just exit real quick, but you could do whatever you'd like here, or you don't have to quilt it. Up to you. I prefer to just do a little X, keeps it from shifting around, keeps it nice. So you're going to do that with one of the squares. With the other square, this is also a 10-inch square. You're going to fold the fabric in half. You're going to measure 1 inch over, draw a mark, 2 inches down, draw a little mark, and then connect your line, and then you're going to sew right on that line and make sure that you're back stitching at the beginning and the ends. I used a different thread so it'd be easier to see. So you're going to do that to all 4 sides. So if you pick up the material and you fold it in half, do like this side, and then you can pick up your fabric, fold it the other way, and do it here and here, so that all 4 have that little diagonal. So just always remember the fold of the materials here. Like I picked up the square and folded it over, 1 inch over, 2 inches down, and then draw your diagonal, and that's going to create the little darts that will help create the bowl shape. Let's see if I can open this up. Just like that. So then when you're done stitching all those, you can trim the excess material away so that you're left with just the 1/4 of an inch. So you can go ahead and do that. And then after you quilt this square, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing here as well. So I'm going to be folding this in half and then measuring 1 inch over, 2 inches down, and making all 4 sides have a little dart. Okay, so we've gone ahead and done that. I've already trimmed these ones a 1/4 of an inch away. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on these ones. You can see that there. So just about 1/4 of an inch away, trim off all the excess. Okay, now the one with the batting, turn that so that it's right side out. Stands up. Looks huge at this angle. So these are for, I forget if I mentioned it at the beginning of the video, but these are for an individual standard bowl that would come in a normal dish set, just like a standard soup bowl, like a cereal bowl size. So with this one the right side out, and this one is the wrong side out with the little seams out there, you're going to put this one inside of this one so that the right sides are together. You can see the right sides right there. So I find it easier to do it this way because then you're working with, when you're pinning all the way around, you're pinning and sewing on just the normal fabric instead of on the batting. It doesn't really matter, you could pin it and have whichever side facing up, but I just personally feel like it works better when I'm dealing just with the fabric. So now at each of these seams where our little darts were, you want to line them up so that they're right on top of each other. Make sure that your seams are going opposite directions, so you're going to push the bulk of this seam to go one way and the other seam to go the other. You can open your seams if you'd like, but I've never done it that way. I've always been taught to push them opposite ways, but you do whatever you like to do. So you're going to pin all those first. Then your corners. So you're going to go over, make sure your fabrics are all even. Pin each corner. Okay, and then because I like to pin, I also am going to put one in between. So on sort of each side, you're going to have one where the seam is, one in the corner, and I put one in between. Then you're going to sew with about 1/4 of an inch seam allowance all the way around, and you're going to leave an opening somewhere. I advise you to not leave it near a corner, but I also realize all the sides are quite short, so the opening that you leave will be small. There we go. After you sew all the way around, hopefully you can see, you're going to cut your corners. You just want to cut them on an angle like this so that there's less bulk in the corners when you go to turn it. And then in the bend, like down in the little corners here, you're going to cut two little snips sort of on either side of where your seam was. Just like this. Hopefully you can see. So my seam was here, and then I've just cut two little snips, and this is so that when you turn it, it helps the fabric become more flexible. So you just give your little snips in there all 4 times. And then we're going to turn it through a little opening right here. So you're going to reach inside, reach to an opposite corner, and then pull right through. And now these are, even though one side is technically different because one side has the quilting that you did or the little X on it, even though they're different, it doesn't matter which way is which. It's sort of reversible. So it's sort of reversible. It doesn't matter which fabric is like against the bowl and which one is against the bottom of your microwave. And these don't necessarily have to be for the microwave. I think they can just be like cute little decorative bowls. You could put whatever you want in them, I suppose. Or just use them as trivets if you don't have a microwave. And then you're going to pin the rest all the way around. You're basically pinning exactly where we just sewed because we're going to top stitch it. Okay, now when I top stitch this, I like to stitch as close to the edge as I can because the little hole that we left to do the turning through, if you sew very close to the edge, that also closes up your hole at the same time. If you wanted to top stitch further away from the edge, about down here, maybe 1/4 of an inch down, you would also have to hand stitch the opening so that it would be closed at the top, if that makes sense. So that's why I like to do it just right near the edge, so then it top stitches it and closes the opening at the same time. Be very careful in your corners, and we're going to go all the way around and top stitch it. Okay, so then when you're done your top stitching, it should look like that. And that's it. That's the last step. Okay, so here's just like a standard soup or cereal bowl. It just fits right down in there. And then if you need to reheat something, you just pick it up by the little corners. So if you have any questions, you can leave a comment down below, or my email address is also in the description box down below as well. It's quilters.workshop@gmail.com, and all of my social media links are also listed down there as well. So even though I don't post to YouTube very often, or as often as I would like to, I probably post to my Instagram stories the most. So if you're on Instagram and would like to follow me, all of my links are down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.